Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another classic pay-per-view review. All month long on the channel, we will be doing classic. We will be doing classic February pay-per-views, March pay-per-views, and we will be doing pay-per-views on the road to WrestleMania. We will try to knock out in 67 days WrestleManias 1 through 35. I've seen a lot of people go 35 through 1. I'm gonna go 1 235. I think that's going to be the best way for me to do it. I'll probably start that series in February when I get done with this one. But today we're talking In Your House 13. And I never understood this DVD right here, why it came with 13 and 16, and why not just 13 and 14, because the other one comes with 14 and 15, but there you go. In Your House 13. Hopefully you guys can see it. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so this show was right after Shawn Michaels allegedly lost his smile. And what happened there was he was supposed to face Bret at WrestleMania, just didn't want to. So he said, "Hey, I don't want to put Bret over," and he ended up not putting Bret over. I didn't want to put Bret over, so he said he lost his smile. But dark match was the Godwins defeating the Headbangers. Dark match, did not get to see it. This is In Your House 13, the Final Four, from February 16, 1997, in Chattanooga, Tennessee. All night they were talking about the Chattanooga Choo Choo and how it was going to turn out to be. This show overall though was not bad. It was only 2 hours, so it's really a short show. The rest of them that we're going to be looking at are going to be 3 hours going forward. But let's get into this show review, shall we? First match of the night was Mark Mero against Leif Cassidy, who would later become Al Snow. These guys put on a decent opening contest, and I was really surprised. You could start to see, the seismic shift in Sable, about Sable becoming a bigger star, than what she was going to be. This match went about 9.5 minutes, and Mark Mero won with a shooting star press. It was a beautiful shooting star press, too. After 8 minutes of leg work, it was interesting psychology, but the match would have been entirely heatless without it. And Mero, even though he was a face, he was doing a lot of heel tactics, which I thought was pretty cool. Okay. Next up, you had the Honky Tonk Man, who was about to come out, and then instead they ended up doing a recap of Shawn Michaels losing his smile. And basically, depending on who you listen to, the original idea was supposed to be Shawn Michaels returning the WrestleMania 12 job to Bret. At WrestleMania 13, Bret was supposed to beat Shawn, and if that would have happened, we would have never got Bret versus Austin. So Bret was supposed to win here, and it was supposed to be a number one contendership battle, four corners. In Shawn's shoot interview, he categorically denies that he was supposed to job to Bret, and then says Bret's finish for their match wasn't right. The finish of the match, he says, was never booked. Shawn used to be a horrible liar, at least in his shoot interview. By then he lied often. Thankfully, God intervened and made an honest man out of Shawn. But hey, Shawn lost the smile, didn't want to do the job. It ended up better for us because we ended up getting Bret Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, which was, to me, always a better match. Anyway, next up, you get the 6-man tag match, the Nation of Domination, between Crush, Farouk, and Savio Vega against Bart, Gunn, Goldust, and Flash Funk. Flash Funk, Goldust, and Bart Gunn had Marlena and the Funkettes. The Nation of Domination was with Clarence Mason and PG-13. This match to me gets about a 1.5 stars. It was decent. It wasn't anything really out of the ordinary. It was what it was. I really I really do enjoy this match, and I think that it was what it was. It's not as good as the opener, but it's still a pretty solid match. Funk played the face in Perel for a while, even taking a spike pile driver, but kicked out at 2. Bart gets a hot tag and cleans house. He hits a flying bulldog, but Crush sneaks in behind the referee's back and hits a leg drop. Farouk covers and gets the win at 6 minutes. You had Stone Cold Steve Austin complaining about getting screwed out of the Rumble. Basically, what he was saying was he won the 97 Rumble, but if you've ever seen the 97 Rumble, Austin got thrown out by Bret Hart. Then he came in and eliminated Vader, Undertaker, and Bret Hart, which is why they had the Four Corners match. Diesel was actually in the Final Four, or Fake Diesel, but they're not going to put Fake Diesel in there. But that's what kind of set up this match right here. Next up, Intercontinental Championship match. Rocky Maivia versus Hunter Hearst Helmsley. And I think like 3 days of... Yeah, they had Thursday, Raw Thursday, where I think Rocky Maivia would defeat Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Triple H and The Rock, basically. These guys have had a history over the years, and they would have much better matches. But this was just not one of them. I mean, granted, I'll give this match about 2.5 stars, but this match really wasn't the best that these two guys have put on. I mean, it was decent at times. It went 12.5 minutes, and it looked like it was going somewhere, but it just didn't. I mean, it looked like it was gonna get into that second gear, and it was gonna get things going, and the match just never got going. I mean, I don't know who was at fault there. I don't know if it was if it had to do with The Rock or if it had to do with Triple H, but Rocky Maivia retains his title. Like I said, pretty decent. Well, it was also off of a distraction from Goldust. Goldust was walking down and fondling himself. He distracted Hunter for Rocky to hit a German suplex for the win. You had Marlena come down and walk with Goldust and gets attacked by some large woman, as Jim Ross called her. That large woman would turn out to be China. So this was the first appearance of China. Security drags her, the woman off, as Jim Ross tells fans not to try to get involved. Of course, that large woman would turn out, like I said, to be China. Next up, we get to, there's a WrestleMania 13 home video advertisement, and then you have a Vader interview with Kevin Kelly. Vader was just talking about how he was going to win, and Paul Bearer said that he was going to take out The Undertaker and a whole bunch of other stuff there, but yeah. Yeah, the WWF Tag Team Championships, you have Owen Hart and British Bulldog taking on Philip LaFon and Doug Furnas. This will be about 2 weeks before Owen and Bulldog would face in that fantastic match on Raw for the European Championship. That match that took place in Germany or whatever it was with the bad lighting. Still a fantastic match. It just had terrible God-forsaken lighting. This match, to me, I'm going to give it 3 1/4. It was a good match. The champs had a bit of tension because Owen eliminated the Bulldog at the Rumble. LaFon and Owen started with a good match sequence. Here, this match ended in DQ because Bulldog makes the save. Furnas and LaFon are destroying Owen with a double team sequence. He comes back with an enziguri, grabs his slammy. Bulldog picks Furnas up for a power slam, but Owen clocks Furnas with the award while he's on Bulldog's shoulder. So it ultimately gets a DQ overall, and it's just something that, ended in a disqualification when it didn't really need to be, but it kind of kept the champ strong, and I think that was something that I really kind of think was pretty cool. They show a Royal Rumble 97 recap with an Undertaker promo. Then we get to the match of the night, which was the vacant WWF title Final Four match between Bret Hart, Vader, Undertaker, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. These were the last guys left in the match. But come on, Diesel was like I said, Fake Diesel was actually in the Final Four, but they're not gonna put him in there. Sid was watching on the monitor because Sid would actually face the next guy on Raw the following night. The first guy to get eliminated was Stone Cold Steve Austin. He would get thrown over the top by Bret Hart. Vader, hold on, let me look here. And then you'd have Vader get eliminated by The Undertaker. And then the finish would be Bret Hart eliminating Undertaker by Taker knocking Austin off the apron, allowing Bret to turn and clothesline The Undertaker out. I hear that there was a rumor that Austin was supposed to win here and drop the title to Sid the following night, but his knee injury forced Bret into that role. But that doesn't make sense either in the context or in long term, especially when Austin could have simply rolled to the outside, walked around for a bit to test it out. Besides, Sid had since confirmed that he was told he was going to be getting the title from Bret. Hopefully that dispels the rumor once and for all. Vader once said that Vince called him the MVP of this match, and I'd have to agree. But it was a stellar performance by all four men. I think it doesn't get enough respect, but that's probably the best part about this match. This match to me gets 4.5 stars out of 5. I mean, if there was any match on this show to watch, it would be the main event. And to me, there's really not a better match on this show. As far as show wise, there's not anything better. But this match. So. Real quick, I'm going to tell y'all what we're going to be talking about in the next episode here. We're going to be talking about... I'm going to be talking about this. Specifically, this one right here. No Way Out of Texas, 1998. I may get to this one eventually. D-Generation X in Your House. I may eventually get to that one. But we're going to be talking about this one. You see, I've already got the DVD in there. Already in the player, ready to watch it, and ready to do a review. But yeah, I mean it's gonna be good. You know, if I had to grade the show though on an overall scale, I'd probably go with a 7.5 out of 10. They really delivered, and this to me was a better show than WrestleMania 13 was. Kind of on par with the Royal Rumble. But 97 was one of those years that was fantastic. It was the first full year before the Attitude Era. Fantastic shit here. Check it out. Peace.